Hello. So I'm offering now a mat work practice which might suit, well, any time of day, but certainly very good for the end of the day perhaps, because we're not going to be doing anything too overstimulating. It's more of a coming down practice. Perhaps if you spent the day sitting at a desk or doing anything really that has made you feel tightened up. So we're going to move quite slowly, mostly stay on the mat and get deep, loosen things up, free and release hopefully all your tensions. Good. So any sitting position, doesn't have to be cross-legged. Have your block or your cushion, something that enables you to create a tall spine. Just have a little move there. Just have a little move in your body and, ooh, what's going on here? Can you release something? Have you been gripping in that belly? Just start to move a little bit. Yeah. It's just saying hello, really. And try not to adopt an attitude of pushing anything away. Welcome it. If you notice there's tension, welcome the fact that you've noticed that. And we've then got an opportunity, haven't we, to let go. Let's bring the body round in a circle now. Flowing, flowing. Breathing. Breathing just more consciously. Perhaps the day has gone all the way through and you haven't noticed at all what your breath's been doing until this very moment when I've mentioned it. Good. All right, and fingertips softly on the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, other way, exhale. So just keep it flowing with the breath, finding the feeling of your shoulders now and your neck. Good. Feeling of the shoulders and your neck. That's it. And hold it open and shake down. Let the chin drop towards the throat. Keep the shoulders back. Relax the arms. Roll the chin in a semicircle from left to right. So you're just sliding it up towards your left shoulder, down through the middle and up towards your right shoulder with the chin. I say the word just because actually this can feel incredibly strong and intense in the neck. It does always for me. Feeling into your neck with your head hung forward, particularly if you're a person who has that tight spot between the shoulder blades. This will be making its presence known to you. Good. And back to the center. Pull the chin back a little as you bring the head back up on top of the spine. Open your palms, fill the lungs up, breathing in, lifting through your side waist. Good. Have a little gaze up towards the sky. Feel your belly open up and exhale. Turning the palms towards the mat as you come down with the fingertips. Good. Now open them back up to the sky. Inhale. Filling up, lift up through the side, look up for a moment. And on the exhalation, your palms face the ground, the earth. We're going to earth some of that negative energy, discharge it. Exhale, touch down. Last time, inhale. And exhaling all the way. Right leg comes out to the side. You support wherever you need it. Just move back ever so slightly so you can see everything. That's it. Right elbow leans across onto your thigh. And the left arm comes up, lifting out of your left waist, draping over the top. Notice how I'm not letting my head drop. Just do enough in your neck to align the spine. Good. And inhaling back out, turn to face that right foot. If your foot had dropped out, then bring the toes to point towards the sky. Sliding the hands down the leg, coming into a slight forward fold. Notice I haven't dropped my head or let my back round. So I bring my heart forward. I bring my heart forward. Good. Keep the upper back nice and long. That's it. Toes up. Now we're ready for our twist open. The left arm sweeps back. Turn your face to look behind. Good. Go all the way back with the arm. And bring it back to the foot or the shin, wherever you're resting. That's right. Now I'm going to slide my hands up because I'm going to bring that right foot back. Take hold underneath my thigh so we can come into the heron, which is stretching up the leg here like this. And then the foot can take a circle. Good. Notice or you may not have noticed because I'm got the other view, so I'll turn it round. I have leant back a little bit here. I've leant back so I can balance. And your leg might not be in this position, might be down there, wherever it needs to be for you. Good. Circling your foot, loosening up the ankle. And bend it, come down. Now we can go to the other side. Left leg out to the side. Your elbow rests without collapsing your shoulder. Elbow resting. Good. Inhaling up. Lift out of your right waist, drape it over. Good. Feel the rib cage spreading on the right side there. Keep some space between your chin and your chest. That's it. And come up. Turn towards the left foot. Make sure the toes face the ceiling. Fold over. We're not reaching with our hands. We bring our heart forward. If your hands have gone a lot beyond your face, it'll probably cause you to be a little bit too much rounding in your back. So don't go too far beyond your face. Heart moves forward. Good. Nice long spine. Now we're ready for the twist open. Breathe, sweep it back, 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 back with the right arm as far as you can. Look behind towards the hand. That's it. Breathe. And return. Slide the left heel back. Lean back a bit so you can get your balance and then bring up the left shin and circle it round in the foot. Bring some mobility to the ankle joint. That's right. Good. And of course, if you have been sitting a lot today, then we're opening up the back of the knees and letting the fluids of the body move through these places that get rather congested, you know, in the joints or in the back of joints, under arms, under knees, those kind of places. Good. So feel that fluidity, space in your joints. And down. Out with both heels now. I'm just sliding to the front of my block, and I'm going to attempt not to let my navel disappear here. So a little bit of lift. And we can make this dragonfly, go back again, we can make this dragonfly position a bit more dynamic. We slide forward, remember this one, and then down one leg, and in the middle again, and down the other leg. So we're just rocking at the hips. The knees can be a little bit away from the floor. If it's very tight for you, just let them be a little bit more bent. And the ankles could be very flexed, or they could be a little bit softer. So just find what works for you. You can rock in the hips and gently start to stretch open the inside thighs, the groins, the lower back. Good. Breathe. It's a rocking movement. That's it. One more time each. Good. And still. Now, right heel in, left heel behind. Right heel in, left heel behind. I'm still on my block, but you could come off it if you want. In fact, I'll come off mine just for this. And the right heel might not go all the way into your groin. It could be more over towards your knee. Lean back on your hands. So from the side, I'm then back on my hands. My feet are over to the left. So both feet are pointing left. My left hand comes up off the mat. I'm going to lift my left bum cheek up, reach up and turn around towards behind me. Good, as if I'm trying to reach up to something over there in the corner. And bring it back over and down. We'll go again from this angle. Left hand, inhale up, lift the hip slightly off the mat, reach up as if there's something up over there behind you. And bring the hand down. Good, this time. And then back up and over and exhale. Okay, switch it to the other side. Feet to the right, I'm still leaning back. Inhale, right arm up and over, reach. And bring it back and over behind you. Good. And again, inhale up and over, reach away. This time the hand comes down to the mat, so you're turned to the back in the twist. And go back up now with the right arm, up and over and down behind. Fabulous. So let's bring it round into this position. Ready for moving up and down a couple of times into the table position. Now I like to be on my knuckles because it's just a little bit more comfortable for my wrists. Up to you. Feet are flat though. Heels not tucked in too close. Give yourself enough space. You can come up. Good. And down. That's it. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale. Push. And down. Exhale. Take a pause. Find the next breath. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. One more if you feel like it. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Let's come round onto all fours now. Take a moment. I'll give you a moment now to move positions because I'm going quite quickly. So find yourself. You might want to go onto the palms now. It's okay to go on the palms. Have a little wriggle about here. Have a little wriggle about through your spine. The beauty of these videos is no one else can see you practice. So you can just do whatever feels good. Loosen up. Find some freedom in that spine. Good. Wriggle. And the head. And still neutral. Pick up one knee, doesn't matter which one, but probably the one closest to the camera because you can see what's happening then. Maybe follow. Might have a chance of following. I know it's not easy to follow these online things. I do them myself. And you know how many times you need to stop it and have another look. What the hell are they doing there? Anyway, let's go into the hip. Good. Keep the body fairly still. The movement comes mostly from the leg. Feel it. Good. Now nice and slow, you're going to bring it round. So bring your knee round towards your elbow. Bring your foot down. And this is the point for most people, me included, where it's wise to come up a bit so that I can flex the ankle. So you may have to bring your hands off the floor, or it may be that the fingertips can stay down. You're going to flex the ankle and then point and pull back. Point and pull back a few times. So my foot here is over to the side of my hand. Good, that's right. And still. Then we can bring it in, and the other side. So I'm just going to turn it around. Other side. Good. Loosening that hip. Feel that. And then we can bring the knee towards the elbow, and the foot can come out. Move it back and up wherever you need to be to bring the toes up. That's it. Now we can move in the ankle, up and down with the foot, up and down. Fabulous. Last one. And there. So now we're going up into our down dog 2 or 3 times. When we come down from the down dog, I'd like you to go up into it. When you bring your knees down, you then come up onto the tips of your fingers and you sit back with the fingers on the tips, so elbows off the mat, hands between, head between the elbows. You know that one, don't you? Extended swan. And then we come back up, palms down, tuck the toes, down dog. So into your down dog now, so we can be doing this together. Take a moment to arrange yourself. Sometimes we just need to find that right place for our feet, our hands. If it's possible for you, I know it's not physically accessible to everybody, tuck your elbow, the tips of your elbows in underneath. Good. And this will give you space between your neck and your shoulders. Brilliant. Unlock the knees so your lower back stays unlocked. The stiffness in the legs does, for most people, lock up the lower back, so keep it soft. Right, now we can come down. As the knees touch down, feet can go flat or under. Come up on the tips of the fingers and sitting back, arms long, head between your elbows, long arms, lots of space under the armpit. Good, elbows off the floor. And coming back up. As you come back to all fours, of course, you plant the palms back down and back into your down dog, pelvis at the top. Take a moment there. Long neck, slack jaw. And knees down. As the knees touch down, up onto the tips of the fingers. Extended swan. That's right, you got it. You might not be doing this exact in time with me, that's okay. Just do it at your own pace. We may have only done one of these where I did 3, that's fine as well. So let's come back, we're going to the last one. Up we go. Down dog. Really draw the pelvis up and back. Like someone's grabbed hold, attached something to the base of your spine and is pulling it up towards the ceiling. Good. And knees down. That's it, fingertips. Walk it forward, starting to feel a bit longer, a bit more open in our body now, hopefully. A bit more room for energy to move and not be stagnant. And it's not just physical energy, it's mental energy too, neurons. They need to be able to flow as well. And we're coming now back into a high kneeling position. So again, I'll give you a moment or two to reorganise yourself into this position. You might want padding underneath your knees. Good. And when you have, we're going to take one leg out to the side. So some of you will be very familiar with this. We'll start with the side stretch. So go over to the block or the floor and over the top. And you could be up there perhaps if your arm is more inclined for that position, or you could be here. But keep the shoulder back. So keep it back, particularly if you've been hunched over your desk today. Now we're ready for a little bit of a stretch for the front of the leg. Bring your knee bent so that you can reach behind, hopefully, and catch it behind with your hand on the top of the foot. And then you can see from the side, some of you know this one anyway, you're pulling back and having a nice stretch down the front of the leg and the front of the hip. That's it. Keep the shoulders back. Good. You might even be able to stretch a bit through your belly. Brilliant. And release the foot to the side. Then we can come up. And from here, I'm going to bring that foot round the front and shift my weight a little bit further forward. This is a choice, of course. I'll show you sideways. You might not, you have the hand on the knee, same knee that's at the front, you have your hand on it. How far in you go here is up to you. We don't want a feeling of compression in your lower back. If sinking in like this just makes it feel uncomfortably squashed down here, then come back out. So front hand on the front knee, same side. Good. Other arm up. Good. So begin with, I'm lifting straight up. I've got my heart over my hips. And then I'm going to lean over a little bit now. Ooh, out of that hip. Really opening up here. This area tends to be crunched up, shrinking and tight when we sit a lot. So open it, breathe. Breathe, open it. That's lovely. And down. Well, it was nice for me anyway. Okay, other side. And the other good thing about this, you can give me as much abuse as you like. I can't hear you. And I haven't developed any psychic skills just yet. So let's have the other leg. And we go to this side, over. Good. I'll give you time to find this one. Maybe it took you a moment or two to get organised into the shape. Find it. Oh, lovely. And now bring the arm up. And the foot can go around the back, or you might want to bend forward. I don't mind how you go about it, bring the knee in. But you're catching hold somewhere on the front of the leg or foot, and then you can bring it back. Open the belly, draw the shoulders back, and have a nice stretch. If this is all a bit too much for you up on the knee, a bit late to be offering me an alternative now, I hear you saying, but anyway, you can come down and rest it down on your hip and have the same stretch for the front of the leg down here. Okay, so you know for next time, next time you play this bit of video. Good. Brilliant. And we'll release the foot, come up, bring it round in front. So moving in into the hips, keeping the heart over the hips though. Front hand on the front leg for stability, arm up, good by the side, lift out of here. So this might be plenty for you, but if you can feel you can come up a little bit more out of there and over. Good, lovely. Really opens up this side of the belly. Breathe. Pause a moment, breathe. Well done. And bring it back to there. Super. Now, last bit, we're going to come down into a Sphinx, but with our palms facing up. So if you're long ways on the mat, have your elbows bent like this, right angle with the palms up, because that's the same position for Sphinx. They might be slightly further forward if your back isn't comfortable with that, but that's more or less where we're going to go. So come down first onto all fours, then you bring the elbows down and turn the palms up. So you're resting the back of the hands on the mat. Notice my shoulders stay over my elbows and I walk my knees back, lay the hips down and rise up into the crown by bringing Make sure you've got space between your elbows so you can bring your breastbone forward and upward. If this is too much for your lower back, move it slightly into that position perhaps, or a bit wider. Something to suit you. We're just going to have a couple of breaths here. Don't let yourself collapse into this. Don't collapse. Okay, nice and long in your neck. And you're looking towards the front of the mat as opposed to up. If you look up, you're going to start to feel that squashing in the back of the neck. So look to the front of the mat, push the elbows down. Good. Palms are open towards the sky, and shoulders can then approach the back waist. Good. That will open up your chest and get the blood flowing in the spine, either side, in those muscles and all the tissue either side of the spine. And we're ready to go back into a frog now. So I'm going to let you bring your elbows out and your hands under somewhere. Push back up. Knees wide to the edges of the mat. Feet together. Sit back in the hips and elbows bent. Rest your forehead on the hands. And your bottom on your hips. No, your bottom is on your hips, sorry. Your bottom on your feet, or maybe a cushion, maybe there's a cushion there. If I started again with these videos every time I said the wrong word, really I'd have to make about 5,000 recordings, so sorry about that. Just go with it. Be with the breath for a pause here. It's about a half an hour this practice, but it's still, we've gone round the body into all the major places. So you'll be feeling that you've moved, hopefully, that you've unlocked things, but without any sense of having rushed, I hope. And now we're coming towards the end, and this is the bit that becomes a little bit more personal to you. So, because if I use up much more time than this, then people don't tend to follow a video for a lot longer than the around half an hour mark. So I'm going to suggest how I would like to finish this practice if it were me, is I would come onto my back and into Apanasana for a bit. And I might also do some twisting like this. So these are just suggestions you're all familiar with. This is how I tend to finish classes, for those of you who know me. So I'm going to let you decide now how you round up this practice. Your body will give you clues, hopefully. These are just some suggestions, what I'm doing here. Go with your body to round up the practice. And again, you could now take a nice long rest if you want to, or it could be that you feel like, yeah, I've freed everything up and I'm ready to get on with the rest of my day or evening, whatever it is. So I'll sign off now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel a bit looser and a bit more open and free and grounded. See you next time.